Joining me now, two men who know the inner workings of the Trump campaign all too well. Former head of communications for Trump's caucus operations team, Michael Caputo, and former Trump campaign senior advisor, Barry Bennett. Welcome, gentlemen. Before we start, Michael, I know you have signed an NDA with the Trump campaign, but both of you are free to speak. You're not holding anything back. So we'll start there. Please help us understand, though you're not currently with the campaign, there have been reports that campaign staffers are suicidal. What do you know in there?
Well, I'll tell you, I speak to Trump campaign staffers all the time, senior levels, mid-level, junior level. Nobody's on the bridge talking about jumping off. What's happened in recent weeks is a lot of people have been let go. Paul Manafort is getting rid of some people that don't fit into his campaign plan and hiring others in that do fit his campaign plan. And I think some of the disgruntled employees, former employees, are out there trying to create media pressure on the campaign. Things are fine in the campaign. Everybody I talk to is working and moving forward. It's difficult, but running against Hillary Clinton is a very tall order.
Why, Barry? What do you think? Running against Hillary Clinton is a very tall order. Many people say it's a gift to the Republican Party because she's such an unlikable candidate.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. You know, the truth, though, is Donald Trump has built the most powerful political message, certainly in my generation. And he's, you know, delivers it fearlessly. And I think Paul and the team are doing a great job. The problems we've had the last couple of weeks are, you know, he's been lured down to some rabbit holes that, frankly, are a distraction from his message. And we got to get back to delivering this powerful message. No matter what the question, the answer is people are in pain, America is under assault, and the government is capable of nothing but waste and debt.
If it's such a powerful message, but Paul Manafort is firing people and bringing other people in who are on message, where's the confusion? What is Paul trying to do?
Well, I don't know who he's firing. I mean, you know, I assume they're talking about Brookover. Brookover's contract was just through the convention, so I don't know of any firing going on. They're adding so many people now. I mean, it's a real campaign. You know, they've reached parity, or at least very close to parity on finance now. Money's not going to be a determining factor. The fundraising apparatus is going along without missing a beat. We just got to get to that very powerful message and deliver it every day relentlessly.
Well, Michael, Donald Trump isn't delivering that message every day relentlessly. Does Paul Manafort have control of Donald Trump? Can he actually lead him here?
Well, I'll tell you, Donald Trump in Florida, 2 different rallies yesterday, was delivering that message. The distilled, most important message of the campaign, as Barry said, is are you ready for change, or do you want 8 more years of the same? And I think Donald Trump talked about it yesterday in 2 different locations in Florida. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't fit into the Hillary Clinton campaign narrative. The talking points going out to the media are very different from what the Trump campaign is putting out there. And so the media is covering what Hillary Clinton wants.
Hold on a second. You know what? I'm not going to. You know what?
I do admit,
Michael, I'm not going to allow that. Because you're saying the media, no, not here, not right now, because you're saying the media is only covering what Hillary Clinton wants. These are Donald Trump's words, day in and day out, at event after event that we're talking about. They have nothing to do with Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump went after the cons. Donald Trump is the one making.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No, I tell you what, you look at what he said, and he was not attacking the cons. The problem with what he was doing is he was addressing the cons. He was confronting the cons, and you're not supposed to confront Gold Star parents. He did not attack them, but the attack word is in every set of Hillary Clinton talking points that goes to you and every other reporter across this country, and so therefore he attacked them. He didn't attack them.
I'm going to let you know. I don't get any talking points from anyone, but Donald Trump questioned if Mrs. Khan was allowed to speak. That's not an attack?
No, in fact, I think it was a fumble. I don't think it was an attack. I think he was asked a question. He tried to answer it. In fact, the answer to that question should have been, Mr. and Mrs. Khan have made the ultimate sacrifice for this nation, and I support them saying whatever they need to say, regardless of what it is. That's the answer for a Gold Star parent. But Donald Trump is not a professional politician. He didn't know that. Perhaps he should have known that. That's the question. Why didn't he know that? But in fact, he did not attack the cons, and he certainly didn't attack Mrs. Khan. on.
What Donald Trump did say, and I turn to you, Barry, if someone takes a swing at him, which the cons did on that stage, he feels that he will always take a swing back. Then here's my question. Earlier this week, Warren Buffett, who, is also a significant character out there, he took a swing. He challenged Donald Trump, and he said, mano a mano, I'm being audited, you're being audited. Let's compare tax statements. Let's look at our tax returns and let people answer questions. Let people ask us questions. Yet Mr. Trump hasn't even mentioned that challenge. Is it that he only punches down, he doesn't punch up?
No, I think that this is exactly what he's got to do. He's got to forget about the last 4 days and think about the next 4 days. And when someone like that comes at you with an attack, ignore that. Talk about people in Ohio who can't find jobs. Talk about the 107 people who committed overdoses on Mexican heroin in Akron, Ohio in the last week. Talk about the VA hospital in Denver, which is approaching 4 times budget and still isn't operable. I mean, those are the things that people want to hear about. That's what he needs to talk about. Don't get in fights with anybody. Talk about your message.
Without a doubt, the fact that he's not doing that at this point, does that make you wonder if he's listening to Paul Manafort, who does understand professional politics? Michael?
Well, I'll tell you, I've seen Paul and Mr. Trump interact. I know Barry has too. Mr. Trump takes Paul's counsel very, very seriously. This is a campaign that's still in a learning mode. We don't have a professional politician at the helm. And I think when Labor Day rolls around, you're going to see a campaign that's more clearly on message, more specifically on the issues, talking about the things that Barry was talking about, all very important issues. There's still time to move this ship in the right direction. I believe it's moving in the right direction. Take a look at the fundraising. They're nearly on parity. When the gun goes off at the starting line on Labor Day, Donald Trump's going to be positioned well, and he'll be talking about the issues. I'm confident he'll be victorious in November.
Why do we have to wait till Labor Day? If his message is so clear and it is about jobs and the economy and the threat of terror, why not get that message out clearly today? Why do we need to wait until Labor Day? Barry?
Well, I think Labor Day is the traditional start. That's why I started about Labor Day. But I mean, this morning they announced that, new unemployment claims exceeded 3,000 more than last week. Okay, that's a number I'd be talking about, because this is a sign of the Obama economic policies just continue to fail. 1.2% economic growth last quarter. People in Youngstown, in Pittsburgh, in Toledo, they can't take it anymore. They need a champion, and he's their champion.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much, Barry, Michael, for joining me.